Hey, my name is Russell Brunson. I am the founder of .comsecrets.com and one of the co-founders of ClickFunnels.com. And I'm here today because I have a very special training presentation, whatever you want to call it, that I want to share with you. And the title of this presentation is Weird Marketing Experiments that Increase Your Traffic, Your Conversion, and Your Sales Online. And I'm so excited to have you guys here because we're going to be showing some stuff that I've never really showed publicly before, but they're things that are happening behind the scenes of our companies that are helping us grow dramatically that I thought would be a lot of benefit to you. And I want to kind of bribe you to stay till the very end of this video. So what I'm going to do, for those of you guys who stay till the end, I'm going to show you a way you can actually get one of my brand new books. It's called Funnel Stacking, the 3 Core Funnels. How you get this book for free. Now this book goes over the 3 funnels in our company that make over 98% of the income for us. And I not only walk through like the funnels in here, I also show you like how does someone move from funnel 1 to funnel 2 to funnel 3. I show the email sequences, I show the numbers, the stats, everything. And this book is one of my favorite things I've ever put together. And again, if you stay till the end of this video, I'm gonna show you how to get this for free, as well as one other cool gift I wanna show you, and this is our Funnel University Black Card. And this little black card is kind of cool. There's a whole bunch of important training videos on here. You pull it out, you plug this into your computer, and you can watch a whole bunch of training videos that kind of go along with this Funnel University concept I'll be sharing with you guys today. And so that is your bribe if you stay to the end and you become a member of Funnel University. But first, before we get into that, I want to walk you through exactly what I'm going to be covering during this presentation and show you why it's going to be so exciting for you. Now, I don't know about you, but when I got started in this business online, it wasn't because I wanted to spend a ton more time or energy at the office. I didn't want to spend a ton of time at the computer. That was not my goal getting into this. Yet, it seems like a lot of entrepreneurs, after we get into this business, that's what happens. Because it's fun, it's addicting, right? We're behind the computer, watching things happen, we're making money. I don't know about you, but for me, like the focus is different. In fact, earlier this year, I sat down and I wrote out my goals for the year, kind of like I'm sure you've done. You know, we always do that. We create goals and write vision boards and things like that. And I had one of my friends, Vince Palco, we actually took my goals and he turned them into this amazing drawing that kind of shows everything broken down. And as I was looking at this over the last month or so, I was looking at, I have my relationship goals with my wife, I've got my spiritual goals, I've got goals inside of business, I've got goals with my kids, goals like health-wise to get in better shape and things, and I've got my family here. I'm looking at this and I was like, none of these goals talk about spending more time in the office, not a single one. Okay, all of them about things that I want to accomplish, people I want to change, things that I want to become. And for me to be able to become those things, it's not about more time in the office. Like as much as we sometimes make that kind of the default, it's more about how can we systemize things and create things where every little thing we do maximizes and is worth 10 or 20 or 30 times more. So I'm going to show you guys some marketing experiments that we made, these little tiny tweaks to our sites that doubled or tripled our conversion rates or more. I'm going to show you little things we added to our sales pages that dramatically shot up how much our conversions were and how much money we made. And it's funny because I implemented some of these little tests. They take minutes a lot of times, yet on the other side of that, it increases my income by 2 or 3 times. And so it's really, really cool. You know, when I got started in this business, again, my goal is never to be an internet marketing guy. In fact, I kind of cringe when people say, hey, you're that internet marketing guy. I got in this business just like you. I wanted to help people. I wanted to serve. I wanted to make some extra money. In fact, one of my very first products, and you guys may have heard this if you've heard my name before, was a DVD called How to Make a Potato Gun. Now, I'm from Boise, Idaho, and one of the things we do here in Boise is we shoot potato guns. And so I was making potato guns one weekend with my buddy, and same time I was learning this internet marketing thing, and I was like, I wonder if anyone else besides me wants to make potato guns. I did some search and I found out that there were a bunch of people. And so we made this DVD teaching people how to make potato guns. And this was like before, pre-Facebook, pre-Twitter, pre any of these things, back when Google was how we drove traffic. And we set up this little web page, we sold this DVD and made a bunch of money teaching people how to make potato guns. And then from there, we started doing a bunch of other things. We sold weight loss advice, we sold dating advice, we sold supplements. And a lot of people say, Russell, what makes you different than any other guy teaching internet marketing? And I think the real difference is the fact that I don't just teach it, we do it. We do it every single day. And the .com secret side of our business has always been kind of an outlet for us to share the cool stuff we're learning. And the other cool thing is, as you probably know, we built a company called ClickFunnels, where right now, as the time I record this video, we have over 11,000 entrepreneurs who have built their entire businesses on there. And so we're the infrastructure for most online businesses. So I have a unique ability to see, like, what are people doing? Like, what's working? What's not working? You know, what industries, what businesses are blowing up? And because of that, we have a chance just to see so much data and create some cool things. So that's what this presentation is about, is what are simple and easy things that you can do that are going to make your job, your process, whatever you want to call it, so much easier so you can spend more time with your family. You can spend more time working on your health. You can spend more time on the things that actually matter. Because most of us got in this business because we wanted more time. And unfortunately, that's usually the opposite of what's happening. We're spending so much time that we never get a chance to be with our families. And so that's what this video is about, is to share with you some of the hacks, the tricks, the shortcuts, whatever you want to call it, to help get you to where you want to be faster. Now in this presentation, I'm going to cover 3 core secrets. Okay, secret number one, I'm gonna share with you tiny little tweaks you can make to your website that have a huge impact. I'm sure you've heard of the concept of the butterfly effect, right? Where a butterfly flaps its wings in San Francisco and it causes this chain reaction that causes a tsunami across the ocean, right? It's kind of like that, these little tweaks and changes that you make to your website that seem so stupid. Those changes can dramatically increase your income and dramatically increase how people join your list, how people buy your products, and it's amazing. So that's secret number one. I'm gonna show you 4 of these tiny tweaks, and there's so many more I could share with you. I'm gonna share 4 of those with you today that I think you're gonna find really, really cool. Secret number 2, I'm gonna show you the fact that not all people buy the same way. I'm guessing the way that I buy things online is probably different than the way you buy things online, am I right? Some people like to watch videos, some people like to read sales letters, some people need to be spoken to differently because they have different concerns, right? And in the past, it was impossible. We had to give every single person that came to our website basically the same message, the same sales message. And what's cool is today, you don't have to do that anymore. I'm gonna show you one secret step we added to our funnels that made it so that I can speak to each person and sell to them individually. And when you understand this, you will, a lot of times when we start implementing these into our funnels, we see 2, 3, 4 times increase in conversions. So if we had a funnel making us 10 grand a day, by adding this one little step, it can double it to 20 grand a day. And it's not something that I thought was even gonna be that powerful. We implemented it and it blew my mind. So I'm gonna share that secret as well. You guys wanna hear that one? I know that if I was sitting in your spot, I'd be going crazy for that one because it's a game changer. It'll completely change how your business runs. And then secret number 3 is, a lot of internet marketers, especially people talking about funnels, we talk about all different types, right? There's dozens or maybe even hundreds of different types of funnels. And while that's true, there are lots of different types of funnels. I went back over the last 12 months, we did some analytics on all of our funnels. And we found that 98% of our income came from just 3 funnels. And so I thought, man, why do we spend so much time on all these other ones? Obviously there's a time and a place for each of them, but the majority of our income came from 3. And so I don't know about you, but I started focusing on, we should just focus on these 3. I'm gonna show you what those 3 are, and I'm gonna show you the process of how we connect those 3 things through a concept I call funnel stacking. And so those are the 3 things I'm gonna share with you right now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually take you downstairs. You're in my home right now. I'm gonna take you downstairs. I'm gonna set up I'm actually gonna blow up these tests, these tweaks really big so you can see them on big boards. So we're gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna show you guys this stuff. And I'm excited, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So let's go downstairs and I'll walk you guys through these 3 secrets right now. Hey everyone, this is Russell again and welcome to my basement. Now, in a typical day, if you were hanging out with me, we'd be watching movies back here or shooting hoops back there or something, but today is study hall. You guys have a chance to learn some really cool stuff and I'm so excited to share it with you. So secret number 1 I'm gonna be covering today. I'm gonna show you guys some tiny tweaks you can make to your website, your sales funnel, things you're doing that are super simple. They can have dramatic impacts on your business. I'm actually gonna show you guys 4 of them right now. And each one of these 4 are super easy to implement and to do, yet as I'll show you some of the numbers behind it, as soon as you make these little tiny tweaks, it's a huge increase in income. So it's not like you have to change your whole website or destroy your whole funnel and start over from scratch. It's little tiny things that have huge impact on your results. So let's walk in and I will show you guys the first of the 4 split tests. All right, so here's the first of the 4 split tests I'm gonna show you guys today. So the first one right here, this is one that is so simple to do and to figure out, yet has almost probably some of the biggest impact to your bottom line, and it's really easy to do. So an example when we did this, we buy a lot of email ads, and so we're renting ads in different email lists and things like that. And a lot of people you rent email lists from will allow you to split test subject lines. And so the first time we ever did this, we ran an ad and they said, hey, what subject lines do you want to split test? And I'm like, oh, so I started thinking, so I made up 4 subject lines really quick off the top of my head, and we sent out the email to the list, and they rotated those 4 subject lines, and really, really quickly found out that one of those 4 subject lines destroyed the other ones. It was like 3 times as many clicks had come from the one subject line. So I knew like, wow, that subject line, and so I kind of demonstrate here, I call it this amazing subject line, but that subject line got the most people to open the email, right? And so I'm like, wow, that subject line, that gets people to interact, like that's good to know. And so then I thought, well, what if we take that a step further? And what if all of the links inside of my emails, instead of having like click here or www.whatever.com like most of us do, what if we change the text of the subject line, actually made that the text of the clickable links in our emails. So we did that, we changed out all the text in our clickable emails with the winning subject line that we knew was winning, and guess what happened? We saw a 31% increase in click-through rate because they already, that subject line already convinced them to open the emails, which is crazy, right? So we know like the best one, and then because they saw it here, they were 31% more likely to click on that because that was the subject line that got them to open. Okay, so we changed all our click here to the actual subject line. And one other tweak we did recently that we found has just been amazing. If you notice any of my emails now, all my emails have a picture of a video with the play button, okay? And first I had just pictures, then I had like YouTube videos where it has like the little play button down here. But I added the big old play button to the middle of each and every one of these videos. when I did that, click-through rates jumped up again. And so this is the first part of the test, is testing your subject lines, and some autoresponders allow you to send 10% to this subject line, 10%, they do kind of a basic split test, and the winner gets the rest of them. But anytime you send out any kind of subject lines, see which ones are winning. And when you find the winners, take those ones and use them as also the text links inside the email. Plus, you've got the play button right there. And then the last step of this test that was amazing is because we know what subject line that got them to open, we know what got them to click. Guess what we also changed over here on the actual landing page? You're right. We took the subject line, that became the actual headline. We saw another, I think, 19% increase in conversions on this page by making that tweak. So that's split test number one. That's super easy to do. It's little tiny things like that. But think about, we 3x our open rate. We 31% increased our click-through rate. We added this, and it's another bump right there. And we increased it 19% over here. That one little tiny tweak into your marketing processes, into all your funnels, every email you send out, making sure you're matching the subject line with the link text can dramatically increase your money. And that's just test number one. All right, split test number two, and this is one of my favorite ones because it just looks cool. So I was on this one supplement website one time, and I saw that under the video sales letter, a guy had a box that looked like this, and I call them video spoiler boxes, where underneath the video, it had this little box that says, in today's free presentation, and it had little pieces of what they were gonna learn in the video. And I'm like, that just looks visually cool. And I hate you go to a page and it's like you see a video and there's nothing there and you don't know what to do. And I never was a big fan of those. And so I saw that and I said, I'm gonna start modeling that. So we started adding that to our video sales letters, and we added them underneath every one of our video sales letters. And on average, right now, I think the average conversion rate is 73% increase in response of our video sales letters by adding a video spoiler box underneath it. And they're really simple to do. All you do is you look at your sales video and you're pulling things out. So for me, basically, the first introduction of my video, I put one little piece from that. And then I usually fast forward in about 25%, and I figure what I'm talking about in the video there, and I put the next piece in there. And then the third piece, and then like, what's the next step? What's the call to action for them? And it's called a video spoiler box. And again, increased conversion by 73%. So what does that mean? That means if you had a website that's making you $1 million a year, now it's making you $1.7 million a year. I think the math's right on that. Maybe it's not completely right, but it's a huge increase from just adding a little tiny video spoiler box underneath your video. All right, split test number three. I don't know about you, but I love doing webinars. We sell like crazy on webinars. And after the webinar, it's always hard to get people to watch the replay and take action. So we're thinking like, what are things we can do to this page to get more people to interact with the actual replay? So a couple things we did up here. First thing at the top, we have a little thing that says, your webinar is in progress. Do not close window or presentation will end. That little bar up there flashes. Okay, I don't know why, but that flashing little bar increased how many people actually stayed on this page. Number two, we had the webinar page like normal, but underneath it, we had this little GIF right here. It says streaming, and it kind of flashes. Okay, and so it looks like this video is streaming. It is streaming, but it just flashes, so it looks more like a live. Obviously, it's not live. In fact, underneath here, I even say streaming from a live Google Hangout or replay on YouTube. Do not close window or presentation will end. And those two little elements had another huge increase in people watching the actual replay. And last thing, we add this replay chat box in here. Because during a typical webinar, I don't know about you, but I'm very interactive with the audience. And usually I'm using GoToWebinar. I'm telling them, hey, comment in the box. I'm telling them to do stuff. But when they come to the replay, there's a big disconnect where they're hearing people talk. It's almost like you're looking through a window at a party that's happening and you don't get to participate, which is a big reason why conversions drop. So we added this little webinar chat box right here where basically they can go and they can chat. And it says right here, it says, if this presentation is live, the presenter will see your comments. If this is a replay, your comments will be emailed at the end of the web class. So we're not saying this is a live chat box and I'm going to see everything, because we're not, but I let them go in there and they can add chat comments throughout. And then at the end, I can see those if I want to, and I can respond back to them. But that way, when I'm asking them things, I'm doing trial closes and I'm pushing them to comment in the box, it's not this big disconnect. Now they're like, oh, there's the box, and they can comment and they'll see their comments in here. Now, one other cool thing we did is I wanted to create an experience where they can see what other people's comments are during the webinar. Like the worst thing about when I do a GoToWebinar webinar, a lot of times all these amazing comments are coming in, other people can't see what other people are saying. I'm like, man, if they saw what everyone else is talking about, they'd be excited as I am. Like, because I'm doing the presentation, I'm fired up because people are going crazy. So we created a really cool thing where basically it logs everyone's comments, and I can log people's comments here on the chat replay for a week, for a month, however long I want. And in the back office, and I'll talk about you guys here at the end, but there's the back office of this little webinar chat script that we use. You can basically store it, and then let's say after like 2 weeks, you say, I want to save this, and it'll save all the comments that have come in over that entire period of time, and it timestamps them. So at 1 second, these 3 comments came in. At 5 seconds, these 5 comments came in, and you save that, and then you can tell this little chat box to now show the comments as they're coming in. And what happens is next time people start watching the webinar, the comments will start coming in timestamped with the video, and that way they're seeing the interaction of other people who've watched this video, and they're seeing it in real time, like when that person saw it, and it just increases the engagement as well. So these are a couple of split tests that we've done to our webinar replay pages that have dramatically increased people showing up, people watching, and actually people buying at the end. All right, now the fourth split test, I'm not gonna lie, this is one that some of you guys are gonna hate because this page is pretty ugly, and I get that. In fact, I hated it initially too. We had a whole bunch of different squeeze pages and landing pages, and this page is not so specific to like your existing list, right? I'm not gonna send my existing list to this, but if I'm going after cold traffic, people who don't know who I am, this is the best converting squeeze page ever. In fact, we took this squeeze page versus a whole bunch of other ones we tested. And right now, when we switched from our best converting one to this, we had a 95% increase in opt-in rate, which is just crazy, right? So it works for all of our cold traffic. Almost all of our cold traffic drives through this. Now, on this page, we've done a ton of testing. I want to share with you some of the results. I've got the numbers written down here because they're very interesting things that don't just work on this landing page, but are kind of congruent across all of marketing. So first one was the headline right here. The headline, we had a very specific number here, like 1,198. And before, I think we had it was 1,000. So we had like, hey, we got 1,000 people on our list, or we got 1,198. So we made a very specific number. And by changing it from like a generic to a specific, we increased response rate on this page by 34%, okay, which is pretty crazy. And again, that concept works across everything, your emails, your webinars, your landing pages. Think about anything, like having a specific will almost always outconvert like a general number. So that's the first thing. The next thing was kind of cool is that this is kind of like a mini survey. It's very simple, and you can do these inside of ClickFunnels right now, but there's not a lot of data. It just basically comes right here, has a headline that grabs you and says, step 1, how'd you hear about us? Step 2, get access information. Step 3, get your access. Then, how'd you hear about us? TV, Dan Kennedy, email, newsletter, or other. When we first did the split test, or this page, we didn't have the other. It was like TV, Dan Kennedy, radio, email, newsletter. And people were going in, they were clicking whatever they want, and they click the next step and they ask for their email address. Right, pretty basic. And one day, Todd, who's one of my partners in ClickFunnels, he does all of our analytics and split testing. He thought, what if people come here and they didn't come from TV or Dan Kennedy or radio, or like he came from somewhere else? What are they gonna do? I was like, oh, they'll just pick one and move on. He's like, well, what if they don't? What if they see that and they're like, none of these are me, and they just leave? So he added this other like catch-all, and he said, it just says other, like very basic. And by adding the catch-all other, can you guys guess how much it increased the conversion rate on this page? 206%. Okay, 200, that means if I was getting 100 leads a day, now I'm getting 200 leads, like more than doubling, that's 300 leads, 206%, insane, right? By just changing this other, okay? So there's a lot of other applications for that, but definitely for this page as well. Another thing that this page, we made it a secure page, so HTTPS, making an HTTPS page, increased conversions by 29%. And then last really cool concept I want to talk about, because this is key. Like in marketing, everything's about pre-frames. Like what's the frame you're going through before you get to the next page? And so we had this thing where step 1, 2, 3, and Todd thought, well, maybe if we do step 3 says finish, people see like, oh, it's going to finish, like it's going to end. So we changed this little word here from get access to finish. And what happened was it actually increased conversions on the landing page. So first we were celebrating, we had a big win, but then we were watching the stats throughout the entire funnel. Because a lot of people just look at one page. We look at not only how does it increase conversion on the page, but what does it do for all the sales throughout the rest of the funnel? And what happened was actually an 18% decrease in sales on the next page by having the word finish here. Increase in opt-ins, decrease in sales. So we made less net money. We're like, why does that happen? And so we went back and we started thinking about it. We said, when your third step is finish, in your mind, you're like, hey, it's done. So you go through this process, sweet, I'm finished, it's done. And then you try to sell something on the next page. In that person's mind, this loop that they've opened has been closed and it's over. You have to reopen it to re-get them excited to buy. Whereas ending it with get your access, they're looking for something. Like, what's the next thing? I'm getting access to something. And so it opens up and it leaves this loop that then gets them access to the next page, which increase conversions on the next page. And so this landing page, this tool is one of my favorite squeeze pages. Again, it's ugly, but it's amazing. I learned it initially from Dagan Smith, and we've been split testing this more than almost any single page in the world. And just little tiny tweaks and changes like that have shot up the conversion rate so much. And so that, you guys, is secret number 1. Those are a bunch of tiny little tweaks you can make to your sales funnel right now that will dramatically increase how much money you make. Okay? And I wish we could share all of them. There's like hundreds of them that we're always finding new ones every single week. But those are some that you can take and start running with immediately. And hopefully it helps you understand how these little tiny tweaks can dramatically increase your income. And when your income's increased, without adding any extra time or any extra effort, it leaves more time for your friends and your family members, okay? Now I'm gonna move on and transition now to secret number 2, where secret number 2, I'm gonna talk to you guys about how the fact that not every single person buys the same way. I buy different than you, and everyone buys different, and so there's a step that we put in our sales process, into our funnels, that gives us the ability to sell to each person, not so much on, when they're coming in the funnel, what they're doing, but on who they actually are. And that's really the power behind the next secret. So let's transition now to secret number 2. Okay, so to preface secret number 2, I want to explain something I learned from a friend about 8 years ago. He had a product, it was a female skin cream that helped helped women with some kind of skin disorder that's common to women. I don't even know, right? And he had this cream and he was selling it. It was doing well. It was about break even. He was making a little bit of profit, but nothing really to write home about. And one day he was leaving the office and he was walking out of the office. He heard one of his support reps on the phone with someone trying to explain how the cream works and why it works and all this sort of stuff. And the rep was struggling to explain this to the customer. So my friend kind of sat there for a minute listening to him and saying, okay, like trying to find out what was happening. And so when the phone was off, he hung up and he said, well, what is that? I said, oh, and the support rep was like annoyed, like another one of these men keep calling. They're trying to buy this for their spouse or their wife and they just can't figure it out. And my friend sat back and said, wow, like, I wonder what percentage of our audience are men that are coming here trying to buy this product. Like, I should probably speak to them differently. So what he did is he set up his sales funnel where the first page you hit, all it said is, are you looking for this product for yourself as a woman or for a man, someone, or you're a man, you're doing this for someone you love? And that's all it said. And then based on what they clicked, there's two different sales videos, one that spoke to a woman and one that spoke to a man. And by adding that little step, that little funnel that kind of pushed somebody to each different side, not only did he more than double his business, he 3x'd his ad spend. So basically he went from barely being profitable to tripling over on all the ads he did just by segmenting the traffic that way. I started thinking, man, this is really, really cool, but I didn't really know how to replicate that in a lot of our businesses. And I have a friend, Ryan Levesque, you guys may know him, he wrote this book called Ask. They talked through that process about how they segment people through survey funnels. And so we started doing them. We built some really cool software to help us to automate that process really simply. But this is kind of how it works, right? So you're driving traffic and we're driving people from a lot of different sources into our funnels. And we take them initially just to a basic survey. And the survey is going to ask some questions. And it's not like the mini surveys I showed you guys before. It says, where did you hear about it? This is a more in-depth survey. We're asking multiple questions. So you're asking, what do you like? Are you a man or are you a woman? Are you asking different, and it asks different questions. And there could be anywhere from 2 or 3 questions up to a dozen, or we've got a couple of clients that have like 30 or 40 or 50 questions in there and they still work. But you're asking these questions. What happens is as soon as someone starts taking this survey, they make this little micro commitment in, they're more likely to finish the process because they want to get to the end of the survey. They want to see all these things. And so they go through the survey, and the survey is structured in a way where you're learning more and more about the person, but you're really driving deeper and trying to figure out who that person is. Okay, now typically in a survey, there's one question throughout the survey that really is the question that answers everything for you. Like, it could be, are they a man or a woman? Are they someone who learns this way or this way, or whatever that might be, and you figure that out through the survey. And as soon as you dial on, like, boom, I know exactly who that person is now. I know exactly how to sell them. Then based on that, you send them to different sales messages afterwards. Okay, and typically, we've got some of our sales funnels that use this process. We have anywhere from 3 to up to 10 different videos that somebody sees afterwards based on this survey. Okay, and this is one of the most powerful things we have used to dramatically increase our sales across almost everything we do inside of our company. Because you think about it, like a lot of times you go to a website and you want to buy something, and the sales letter's like trying to sell you on something. You're like, none of those things matter to me. None of those things matter to me. And then finally you're like, I'm out of here. Right? But if you go talk to a salesperson, you walk in and they're trying to sell you something, really quickly the salesperson say, hey, what questions do you have? You say, here's my question. And then they answer that question, and it's really easy to sign them up, right? That's why phone sales and why direct sales are so well. So how do we replicate that online? It's through very simple survey funnels just like this, where you're driving traffic in. You're letting the survey figure out who they are, how they want to be sold, what their actual concerns are. And then you have customized video sales letters on the back based on the data from the survey. And so that is secret number 2, is really understanding this process, because if you add this to the front of almost anything you're doing, you're going to see a dramatic increase in sales. In fact, one of our Inner Circle members, they run a very large company in the personal development space, and they were showing me how basically they had a webinar, and the webinar was doing great. And all they did was just add a survey in front of the webinar and then customize the landing pages based on the survey results. No other change. The webinar was exactly the same, and they more than doubled the amount of sales that happened on the webinar from the exact same amount of traffic. Like, it's just insane to double your income by adding one of these little tiny survey funnels. So that's secret number 2, and I want you guys to understand the power behind this. And we're going to talk more about this here in a minute. But when you understand this, how you can add this to the front of all your different funnels and really start speaking to your customers as they are and not who you kind of think they are, it'll dramatically change your entire selling system and help you to make a lot more money with a lot less effort. Okay, so we covered a lot of really cool things so far. First off, I talked about how tiny little tweaks to your website can have huge dramatic impacts, and I showed you 4 really cool split tests. And secondly, I showed you how by adding one little step into all of your sales funnels, you can start speaking to each of their customers and visitors as they are and sell them the way that they need and want to be sold, which is kind of cool. Now, the third thing I want to talk about is the third secret is probably the biggest ahas I had over the last 12 months. For me and for a lot of you guys, and if you've been watching online marketing and training right now, everyone's talking about sales funnels. funnels, and there's tons of different types of sales funnels. We went through and we audited all of our income over the last 12 months. We found out that 98% of our income came from 3 sales funnels. And so what I want to walk through right now is I want to walk through what those 3 sales funnels are and how they all work together. Okay, so these are the 3 funnels. It almost seems too simple, right? If you've read my book, .com Secrets, I talk a lot about the fact that when you have customers come into your world, you want to send them up through a value ladder, okay? And at the top of the value ladder is the best thing we got for them, where we can completely transform their life. The problem is that most of us, if we went to our potential clients, we walked up to them and said, hey, I want you to buy my most expensive thing. For $100,000, I'll actually build a sales funnel for you. If I walked up and told somebody that, what do you think they would say? Okay, 99% of the people in the world would probably laugh at me because they're like, Russell, you look like you're 11 years old. I'm not giving you $100,000 to build a website, right? But for me, that's the most value I can provide for them. That's my highest ticket, most expensive thing. But the problem is that most of us, if we try to offer that, people aren't going to buy it because they haven't received value from us yet, right? And so what we do is we build a value ladder where someone comes in initially, they get something. And if they receive some value from you, they naturally want more. They naturally will send up and they're going to want more. So they send up through the value ladder up to your higher ticket programs, okay? And so that's how I look at my entire business, is through this ascension where I'm ascending customers up by providing a ton of value for them. And if they get value at each step, they're naturally going to want more. Okay, and so I look at my business that way and I start thinking like, well, what are the funnels that get people to ascend up? And so the first funnel for me is the tripwire funnel. Okay, for me, we've got a whole bunch of tripwires. You know, one of my favorite is my book offer. And hopefully most of you guys have one of my free books. But if you buy one of my free books, it's free plus shipping. Now, if you get this tripwire product and you receive a ton of value for it, 2 weeks later, you start getting email sequences about one of our live webinars. Now, our live webinar, you come on, you go through a 90-minute webinar presentation. At the end of it, we offer you a $1,000 package where we sell you ClickFunnels, a bunch of our training. And if you get value at that level, and guess what happens? 2 weeks later, we start marketing and promoting our high ticket, my inner circle programs, and my done for you programs and things like that. And that's how we take our clients, is through this ascension model. Okay, and so that's kind of the concept. Now, I want to dig deeper into each of these because this is from a high level, like it goes from tripwire to webinar to high ticket, but I want to break down a little bit more so you can see what happens inside of each of these funnels. So the first one I'm going to show you guys is the tripwire funnel. All right, now this is a tripwire funnel. This is how we structured all my free book offers, and it kind of goes like this. First page is we give away the free offer, right? It's free, you just cover shipping and handling, and someone goes here and they put in shipping and handling. Now, one thing we added to our free plus shipping tripwire offers that have a dramatic impact is our order form bumps. And so we have an order form bump for a book offer. You usually can buy an audiobook version or something like that, right? So there's the book offer, there's the bump where you can get like a $37 upsell immediately on the order form. Then from there we transition to our first upsell where we're selling some kind of product. If they say no to that product, we downsell them a payment plan version. If they say yes to that, though, then we offer them our next upsell, which is usually the next product in our product line that they're going to need to be successful. And then from there, we take the thank you page. And on the thank you page, we have an offer wall where they can go and find our other products and services and hopefully start ascending up our value ladder. Now, after someone has gotten the tripwire product, they've had a great experience, the next thing we introduce them to is our perfect webinar funnel. Now, this funnel, they usually typically get the email sequence for this about 2 weeks after they purchase the free plus shipping product. And they come in here, and these are live webinars that happen. So they come in, and throughout the week, we start promoting it. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday morning, they get emails talking about this webinar. They come in, they register for the webinar, and on the thank you page of the webinar, we try to sell them something. Usually it's a low ticket product, just something to get them engaged and to start the relationship where they know that we're going to be asking them for money and they're going to be buying cool stuff from us. Okay, so there's that right there. After they register for the webinar, we send them a series of indoctrination videos, indoctrinating them to why what we're talking about is important, why it's exciting, why it's cool. And these indoctrination pages is what gets people so excited they have to show up on the webinar, right? So then the webinar happens typically on Thursday. And so again, Monday through Thursday, the entire focus is getting people on this live webinar. So we're promoting it, we're getting people on. Thursday, the webinar happens. Ideally, if we do it correctly, we sell a whole bunch, make a bunch of money, and then Friday we send out a replay. Saturday we send a replay along with the Cliff Notes, which is like a transcribed version of our webinar, and then Sunday we get in the replay, Cliff Notes, and we add urgency and scarcity. Now, I wish I had time to walk through all the numbers of this entire thing, but if you do this correctly, basically you'll make a bunch of money here, and you should double how much money you make on the webinar over the next 3 days through the follow-up sequence. But that, you guys, is the perfect webinar funnel where we are sending them up to the next level of our offerings. We're creating something amazing. We're giving them a cool experience so they can come hear from us for 90 minutes. And at the end of that, we make a special offer. And when they do that, now they are going to be investing at a higher level and become better customers and better clients for us. And that is the second funnel here in the funnel stacking process. Now I want to introduce you to the last funnel in our funnel process, and this is our high ticket funnel. This is where we sell our high-end coaching or consulting or done-for-you packages or anything you sell that's going to cost more than $2,000 or $3,000 up to hundreds of thousands of dollars we sell through a high ticket funnel. Now the way we structure our high ticket funnels is typically, at this point, people have received a lot of value. They purchased something up from you up front. They've been through a webinar. They've gotten experience. They understand who you are. And what I like to do is I don't like to have this page talking about me. Typically, I want to find someone that I have given an amazing result to, someone that is a case study, someone who I've helped change their life, and get them to talk about why working with me has been so great. I then put that video right here, and I'm sharing either a third-party result, or if I don't have any good third-party results yet, I show a case study of something cool we've done. They watch that video, and if they're interested, then they come and they click on the apply button. After they apply, over here we have an application page. It's a long-form thing where they can go and they can apply, fill in all the questions. And here I'm trying to amplify their desire to work with me. Okay, so typically I'm here and I'm showing a bunch of testimonials of other clients and students and people who have been through the same process, who were wondering if they should apply. They're nervous, they're excited, and I try to help them to get more and more desire to apply. And after they apply, then I take them to the last page in the funnel, which is I give them some homework, some things I want them to do, and I try to build connection. On this page is where I really tell my personal story and why I care about them and their business and why it's so important. And this is what our high ticket funnels look like. Now, these high ticket funnels work for almost every business I can dream of. We have for life coaches, personal coaches, financial planners, accountants, chiropractors, almost anything you can dream of that sells. If you're selling expensive things, this funnel will work because it positions you and postures you in a way that makes it so people have to come and they want to come and be close to you. And so that, you guys, is the third funnel here in the funnel stacking process. All right, and I hope that helps you guys to see a little bit better how this whole process looks through my eyes. Because if you can see that and understand that, it becomes really easy now to start to implement it. In your business, you need at least 3 core funnels. You need some kind of front-end funnel to bring people in. You need a webinar funnel, and you also need a high-ticket funnel. Now, again, I could spend days walking you through all of the numbers and the metrics and everything in here, but unfortunately, we don't have time. But what I did do is I put together a really cool book called Funnel Stacking, the 3 core funnels. And inside this book, I walk through every single one of these funnels of mine, and I show each of the pages, but not only do I show the pages, I go through and I show the conversion rates on each pages and the stats. I show how many people hit this page, how many people fill in the credit card, how many people took the order form bump, how many people bought the upsell, how many people bought the downsell, like what are the actual stats and numbers, so that when you launch your tripwire, you have an idea of what should the numbers actually be. I then go through and I show you the actual email sequences that I use to get someone from my tripwire into my actual webinar funnel. Okay, and so I show you the email sequences and I show you the webinar page. Now from there, I show you the same thing. In fact, this is kind of cool on the tripwire. You can see actual contacts, how many people came in, the conversion rates. This book's awesome. I love it. I show the order form bump that we did, but it's screenshots of every single page, every single step in the funnel, so you guys can just model it. I show you how much revenue we got. I showed you, for example, with our tripwire, for every free book we gave away, we averaged $32 in sales. And you think, Russell, how is that possible? Well, I showed you step by step in the funnel where all those numbers came up, and the end of it exactly how we made $32 per sale in here. So I show you guys everything in here in excruciating detail. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll show you guys a bunch of other tripwire funnels that aren't book funnels, so that if you're running any other kind of business, you can see examples of how other people in other industries are doing free plus shipping offers. Then we transition to the webinar funnel. Okay, the webinar funnel, again, I show you the whole process that we go through in a webinar. I show you the indoctrination pages. I show you the numbers, the sign-up rate. In fact, one cool thing that I show you in here that I think you guys will really, really like, if I can find it. Not only, and again, I show you the email sequences we use to get people on the webinar and indoctrination emails. I show you guys everything here. One of my favorite things I show here in this book is what to actually expect. People always think, well, so if I want to run a webinar, like what should I be paying per lead and what should my close rates be? All those kind of things. So I kind of break it down. Basically right now, on average, for me and most of the people in our inner circle, we're spending about $3 to get it registered. Okay, so each week our goal is to get 1,000 people a week on this actual webinar. So we're spending $3. So $3,000 a week goes into advertising for this webinar. From that, so $3,000 ad spend, on average, about 25% of people actually show up live on the webinar. So if you look at the math, that's 250 people. Then when the webinar actually happens, a good webinar will close about 10% of the people. So if you got 250 people on, you're gonna make about 25 sales, that's $25,000. And then you follow the replay sequence the way I show you here in the book, you should be able to double your sales, so that's $50,000. So that means you're putting $3,000 in advertising in, and the backside you're making $50,000. Now, I don't know about you, but those numbers should get you excited. And that's the goal we're doing with webinar number 2. Okay, and again, I walk you through the math, the numbers, the pages, the email sequences, everything here is inside this book. And then the third one we transition to is after someone's gone through the webinar funnel, how do we transition now to our higher ticket sales? And so I do the same thing. I show you guys the pages, the email sequences, pretty much everything we do now to get somebody to convert from our webinar to high ticket things. So that is all here inside of this funnel stacking book called The 3 Core Funnels. Initially, I had a big plan. I was going to try to sell this. We were going to do a big, huge product launch around it. I thought, you know what? I want people to have this in their hands. And so I created a really special offer. You guys can actually get this book for free when you join Funnel University. I'm curious, you guys okay with you if I spend maybe 10 minutes or so and walk you through everything you're going to get when you join Funnel U, including getting your very own copy of Funnel Stacking, The 3 Core Funnels? Obviously, I can't see you, not on a live webinar, but I'm assuming that if you're as excited as me, that you're probably into it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spend about 5 to 10 minutes going through everything you're gonna get when you join Funnel University today. So what is Funnel University and why should you wanna become a member? Well, there's a ton of member benefits. I wanna walk over everything you're gonna get today when you get your first ever Funnel University membership. So this is what's gonna happen. So the first thing you're gonna get, we've talked about this a lot, I'm gonna be giving you guys the funnel stacking book. Now, this book, of all the things I ever put together, is one of my favorite. Initially, our plan was to sell for $297, but when you guys enroll in Funnel University today, even if you just get started with the trial, you're gonna be getting this book for free. So that is the first thing, it's a $297 value. The second thing you're gonna get the Funnel University Black Card. And the reason why this Black Card is so cool is because in the past, we used to ship out a whole bunch of DVDs, like 10 different DVDs, and which was really cool for a while until we found out that everybody who has Macs, which is like 80% of the world right now, there's no DVD players in it. And people kept messaging me like, Russell, I have nothing I can even watch these things on. What can we do? And so we thought long and hard and finally figured out a solution. It was putting all of this video training on this little Black Card that you can pop it out, plug it in your computer, and you can watch everything. Now, inside this Black Card is some of the most important funnel training on earth. Like all the foundational things that you have to understand to be successful with building your funnel is on this little tiny Black Card. You can carry it with you, you can put it in your wallet, you can study it on the road, you can study it at the beach, but this is all of the foundational training and videos you need to be successful online. I almost think it's virtually impossible to be successful online without first understanding the videos and the core concepts that are here on this little flash drive. And on top of that, you're gonna get the handouts, because in these videos, I show a bunch of really cool things. And a lot of times people are like, well, I want to print those out. I want to see them. I want to be able to actually have it. So that's what these handouts are for. You open this book and it's all the handouts from everything that I talk about in the video. So when I talk about the different sales scripts, for example, like this is the who, what, why, how sales script. This is our OTO script that's made us millions of dollars. This is our video sales letter script, star, story, solution, like everything that you need, the perfect webinar script, all the stuff I teach here in the foundational videos, all the handouts are here as well. This is a real world value of $497 because we used to sell this as a $497 kit with a whole bunch of DVDs, but you guys can get this for free when you invest and enroll in Funnel University today. All right, now the third thing you're gonna get with your Funnel University membership today is access to something people have been begging me about for years. If you've ever looked at any of my sales funnels, you've probably seen there's a lot of things that I do that aren't necessarily inside of ClickFunnels. There are things that features and tools and ideas that I wish were inside of ClickFunnels, but because the whole goal of ClickFunnels is to make a program that's simple that anyone can use, and some of these things are a little more complicated or they just don't fit inside of the ClickFunnels software. So I have another development team who've been building all these cool marketing software programs that I use for my funnels, and I've never given these to anyone before, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna allow you guys to have access to this. And so this is called our .com Secrets Lab software suite. Now, this software suite has got a whole bunch of really, really cool things, but every month or so we're adding a new tool. And so I'm gonna walk you through a couple of the cool things inside the software suite. The first one is called Instant Survey Generator. Now, if you remember during secret number 2, I talked to you guys about the power of having survey funnels. And the problem is, well, how do we do survey funnels? There's no feature inside of ClickFunnels right now to do survey funnels. And there's a bunch of other software programs you can buy out there. I've seen some for $1,000. I've seen some for $4,000 or $5,000 to be able to do basic surveys. And so I didn't want to pay that. I know you didn't want to pay that. And so we built a really cool software that allows me to run surveys the way that I feel is the right way, the way that they're simple, they're powerful, and they do all of the segmenting, all the stuff you need to do. And so basically, the first tool you're going to get inside the software suite is our Instant Survey Generator software, so you can run your very own surveys. So that's the first tool. The second thing is, remember during secret number 1, I talked to you guys about some of the tweaks, and one of them was our webinar chat app. That was a tool I created for myself because I was trying to get more people engaged in our automated webinars, trying to get our replays to get more engagement, and so we built that app for ourselves, and it worked amazing. And so what we did is we actually took that and we included it inside the .com Secrets Lab software suite. Okay, another good one is, remember in all the emails, I showed you that you need to have a video that has a big, huge play button on the middle of the video and an image that in every single one of the emails you send out. Okay, I think it's been probably 18 months and every email I've sent out has had a picture with a video play button on top of it. And for the first probably 3 or 4 months, it was really frustrating. I would get the image, I'd send it to my Photoshop designer. He'd have to go and, I don't know, use Photoshop to get this image on, then he'd send it back to me, then I'd upload to Amazon. And every time I wanted to send an email out, it was like a 20 to 30 minute process just to get the image, and it drove me crazy. And so my team built this image uploader for me where basically I grab any image, I pick which play button I want, I click a button, it automatically uploads it to Amazon and gives me the link that I can embed in my emails. So we went from a 20 to 30 minute process to like a 20 or 30 second process. And so you get access to that software as well. We have tons of other ones coming out. They're all the tools that I create internally for myself. After we've tested them and they work, we just add them to the software suite, and you guys will keep getting those as well. Okay, so the total value for the .com Secrets Lab software suite is $1,997. Okay, now if you look at everything you're getting so far, you got a lot of cool stuff. So the first thing again you're getting is a funnel stacking book, a $297 value. Second is the Funnel University handouts and black card, a $497 value. And now you've got the .com Secrets Lab software suite, a $1,997 value. Now the next thing you're gonna get, and I gotta admit, this is probably one of my favorite things, because this is kind of like me sending you a Christmas gift every single month in the mail. I don't know about you, but you know, I get emails all day long, I get all sorts of stuff, but I love getting physical things in the mail. And because of that, I wanted to send you guys a gift in the mail every single month. And so some of you probably know that I'm a big funnel hacker. We kind of invented that term and taught a whole community how to do that. But I try to funnel hack one funnel every single day. Like, that's one of my goals. And so I'm going through about 30 or so a month, and I'm finding my favorite ones. And what I do is every single month after I go through 30 or so funnels, I pick my favorite two that are unique, two that are exciting, and I write an entire print newsletter. In fact, this was issue number 1 right here. And each issue is anywhere from 20 to 30 pages. But what's cool about it is I go through and I pick a funnel and I screenshot out every single step in the funnel. I sketch out kind of the concept of what the funnel looks like. I screenshot step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. I screenshot the ads, everything I can find in that funnel. I walk through the whole thing and I explain what they're doing, why they're doing it, my feedback, the tweaks and changes I would make. And we go through there and we have every single funnel. So this month we picked 2 funnels, and every single month I pick 2 funnels. And so this will be like Santa Claus coming to your house every single month. You'll get this print newsletter delivered to you in the mail. You can sit there, you can read it at your desk, you can take notes, you can look at things, you can funnel hack, you can get ideas. But this will literally save you 30 funnels. I'd say the average funnel is $300 or $400. It's just saving you $9,000 to $10,000 a month in funnel hacking and getting just the best, along with my notes, my ideas. And so you get the newsletter. And if you look at this, I don't know if you guys use these things, these little QR codes. If you scan that on your phone, it pops up a video of me explaining this funnel and showing page by page as well. And so these newsletters, this is worth its weight in gold, and it's gonna be delivered every single month to you. I've had members who have told me that the favorite part of the entire month is when the mailman drops off their Funnel University newsletter. So it will become that way for you as well. And inside of here, you guys, is pure gold. This is something, again, if I was to give my parents or my best friends the best gift I possibly could, this would be it. This is tons of time and money and energy putting into this to give you guys just the actual best things you need. And so this is a real world value of $1,297. This will come to you every single month that you're a Funnel University member, and it's something you are gonna love. And so that is the Funnel University print newsletter. All right, and then the last thing, you guys, the last piece of Funnel University, and this is one that I think you're gonna become addicted to, is our Funnel University All Access Pass. This is a membership site that has a whole bunch of marketing goodies for you. For example, every one of the back issues of our Funnel University newsletter are in there, along with the video. So if you missed a month or whatever, you can go in there and you can watch all the back archives, you can read the old issues. Also, a lot of you guys may have read the .com Secrets Labs book, 108 Proven Split Test Winners. Those were the best split tests of over 12 months of a print newsletter we put out every single month that we discontinued. But inside of the members there, you have all the back issues. You can literally see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of our top split tests. Every one of our sales scripts along with the trainings are in the members area. A whole bunch, I can't even tell you all the amazing stuff that's in there. This members area, I hate even calling it a members area because it's so much more than that, but it is like the marketing library. It's giving you access to everything important that you have now, plus all the things in the future we're creating are all going in there. Now in the future, we have kind of toiled, like, do we keep the members access there? And this is something that is alive right now, but it's not gonna be live and part of this offer forever. And the reason why is because in 6 months from now or a year from now, I don't want people joining getting all of the back archives and back issues. And so we will be pulling this from the offer here in the very near future. But if this video is live right now, it means that you can go today and get archives of all the back issues, all the back training, all the back videos, and get everything. But this piece of the offer is not going to be here long because of that. Because I don't want someone that's saying, well, I'm not going to join today. I'm going to wait for 3 months from now, Russell, and I'll just get access to everything. Like, I don't want you thinking that way. And so this is live today. We've talked about taking this part out of the offer in the next 30 days or so. But as of this second, as of right now, as long as the order button is down below somewhere, it means this part of the offer is still live. That is a real world value of $2,997 or more, probably a lot more for most of you guys. But that is something you get today if and when you take action. So let me recap everything you're going to get one more time so you're completely clear on what you're going to get when you invest and you join Funnel University today. All right, so the first thing you're gonna get is the new funnel stacking book. Again, a $297 value. Second thing you're gonna get is the Funnel U Black Card and handouts, a $497 value. Third, you get the .com Secrets Lab software suite, $1,997 value. That means you get the survey generator, the webinar chat app, the image uploader, plus all of the new software programs we are developing for myself will all be inside the lab software suite as well. That is literally like the gift that keeps on giving, gets better and better every single month. Next thing you get is the Funnel U print newsletter, $1,297 value. Inside of here, you get all of my favorite split tests. You get all the funnels we're hacking each month. Like, this thing is worth its weight in gold. It's amazing. You're gonna love it. It's your monthly Christmas present delivered directly to your doorstep. Last, you're gonna get the Funnel University Digital Access Pass, $2,997 value. Inside there, you get the back archives. You get all of my favorite funnels, all the funnels we share inside of Funnel University print newsletter. We have share funnel links to all those. So if you like any of those funnels, you click one button and instantly that entire funnel shows up in your account, plus a whole bunch more. And that, you guys, is a total value of $7,085. But the good news is, when you guys get started today, you're not gonna pay $7,085. But I'm curious. Okay, now obviously you're not gonna spend that much, but I wanna know, like, if all you did was spend $7,000 and you got access to everything we talked about here, the newsletters, the funnel stacking book, the handouts, the videos, like everything, and if all it did was give you the ability to shortcut your success. So instead of spending, hours and time and money and energy trying to figure out what funnel's best and why is this one best and how do I build it, if all it did was shorten that time, would be worth the $7,000. Okay, obviously the answer is yes. Like, I spent a lot more than $7,000 to get huge shortcuts in the timeline. And that's the goal. This is a shortcut, you guys. This will compress years and years and years of trial and error and discovery into just days, okay? Now, the second thing is, like, if all that this trading system did was finally give you a sales funnel that was profitable, would be worth $7,000. Okay, heck yeah, it would. I spent a lot more than $7,000 on every single sales funnel I build. And this is gonna give you the share funnel links, the copy, everything you need is all here. Okay, my last question for you is, if all this did was give you the ability to get your message out to more people, would it be worth $7,000? Okay, yeah, it would. We spend over $7,000 a day trying to get my message out to the world. I know what this is worth. And the cool thing, you guys, is that I'm not coming here today asking you for $1,000. I'm asking you for $500. In fact, I wanna ship you all this stuff here for free. All you gotta do is cover a tiny shipping handling fee, and I'm gonna ship out the book, I'm gonna ship out the Black Card, ship out the first month newsletter. You get all this stuff in the mail, and all you gotta do is cover, again, the cost of printing and shipping so I can ship the stuff out to you. And then after that, you got 14 days to log in the members area and go through everything in the members area, go through the back archives, go through the videos, go through the trading, and just check it out. Go in the software suite and play with the survey generator software, upload some images, like, just test it out for 14 full days. You can play with it, test it, have fun, and just see if it's worth it to you. And at the end of 14 days, if you're like, Russell, this is awesome, like, you were right, I get why you're so excited, then don't do anything, and we'll just bill you a small monthly fee, and then each month you'll get continued access to the software, the members area, and you'll get access to the newsletter every single month in the mail. Or if you decide in 13 days or 12 days, whatever, you're like, you know what, Russell, this isn't for me, I'm not ready to take my business to that next level, like, whatever that is, just let us know, and we'll cancel your account, you won't be billed anything else, and you can keep this entire thing that we're shipping out to you for free as a special gift from me. My hopes is, after you have a chance to go through this book and you really understand, like, what are the 3 funnels, how do I implement them, you're gonna realize how valuable and how important all of the training is here inside of Funnel University. So that's the offer, you guys. It's simple, it's easy, it's not something you have to stress out about, it's a test drive. And if you like it, which I know you will, like most entrepreneurs do, it is a tool and a training that's gonna completely transform your business and your life. Okay, now I wanna kind of liken this, like, what if you don't do Funnel University, like, what are your other options? Well, one other option is to go out there and spend $10,000 a month funnel hacking a bunch of people and finding out what funnels are best and hoping that you can figure out what's right and what's wrong. Okay, or you can just get the newsletter each month and just know what the best ones are. Okay, you could go out there and you could go and get a real college university. Okay, a little while ago I was doing some research, and the amount of money it costs to graduate from a 4-year degree from Harvard or Princeton is now in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Okay, and what do you leave with? Okay, you leave with a diploma, you leave with a degree, whatever you want to call it. But you don't leave with any information or any knowledge about how to actually make more money. Okay, I've had, I think, 6 MBAs in the past work for me. And guess what I've learned about MBAs? They've never actually learned how to make money. That's not something they teach in college. But guess what we teach here in Funnel University? We teach you how to make money. That's the big difference. Okay, so college is one alternative. The other alternative is just try to figure it out on your own. And you can do that. I did that. Okay, it took me 12 years to get to this spot. Okay, and it's fun, it's exciting, but man, I tell you what, I had mentors along the way that helped speed up the process. And I know that this mentorship, this university program, this training, these tools, everything I'm giving you, this is what you need to succeed. And so, again, that's why I want you to test drive it, try it out. And if you don't like it for any reason, just let me know. But I promise you that if you give it a fair shot, you implement this stuff, you try it out, it will transform your business. Okay, I know that if you're on my list, you're probably using ClickFunnels, and I know that that's transformed your business. And this is the next level. This is now the tools, the training, all the other things you need to take your business from here to here, and it's the shortcut. It's compressing that time. So instead of getting there in months or years, we can get there in a matter of days. And that's the game plan. So with that said, you guys, I want to first off thank you so much for watching this presentation. I hope you got a ton of value just from it. And next thing I want to, again, invite you to enroll in Funnel University. All the information is down on the page down below. You'll see all the cool stuff you're getting. Take the trial, test it out. Let me ship you this stuff. And I promise you that if you don't get 1,000 times your value just out of the book alone, let me know. We'll cancel your membership. But again, like most entrepreneurs, you're going to love it. You can become part of our community, and we're going to be here to help assist you and help you grow your company from this point forward. And I'm excited to have you. Thanks again so much. My name is Russell Brunson, and I will see you inside the members area.